Well, hello, Vale. It's me once again. Now, of course, you may be wondering, wait, what happened to me? It seems real to be talking like this, but I think this is gonna be fine. But you may be wondering, no, this is gonna be interesting. And if it's the art style like this, because yes, I made this by first paintball and then, of course, with art and such. But yeah, I did have a certain inspiration from a certain YouTuber design-wise and art style. But nonetheless, I want to talk about a series that's really cool. Something that, to be honest, is epic and awesome. It has cool looking dinosaurs. And that being in a cool fight, an epic series of cool classes between dinosaurs was fighting for survival. Even though this is confirmed to note this is not a documentary, this is meant for entertainment purposes only. A cool clash between multiple historic dinosaurs clashing each other with a series known as the interesting Dino Battle World Championship made by Pong 1977 and Molten Image Studios. To be honest, this is actually pretty cool. I mentioned in this series since absolutely no one, and I mean no one, actually talked about the series or made a review, which is what I'm gonna do, because it's cool and I want to show you some epic fights. Note to self, technically the models are actually based off the Thailand series called Dino Masters, but this series has these unique recolors. Also, I want everyone to know one thing. Where did they get those models? Because I would want to use them in animations or something. Note, however, this is going to be a spoilers to the entirety of Season 1. This does not include bonus battles they made or any spin-offs, but this is a spoiler for his first season. So, without the way, let us begin. So his first battle ended up being Cataclysmic versus Triceratops. Now back with Season 1, it was pretty simplistic, which makes sense if it was your first season. Then, of course, you want to start out simple before you progress to the big battle. Nonetheless, this fight, it's kind of unfair. A Pachycephalosaurus fighting Triceratops, weight difference in the side. But nonetheless, if you want to know, the Season 1, it started out in 2015, probably around the Jurassic World Beatles, and ended when I actually watched it in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom for the first time in theaters. So, the next battle ended up being Spinosaurus versus Amongosaurus, which is pretty cool, You have Spinosaurus and Pteranodon fighting Amongosaurus. Why I will have to admit this is because I also tell you though, these fights are actually pretty brutal, so you at least need to keep that in mind. And also, this is the only time a dinosaur actually doesn't eat like style without helmet for a carnivore. Next up ended up being Pilosaurolophus versus Anchicelatops. Fun fact of this one is that originally it was going to be a different Ceratopsian, but due to a certain person, it ended up being Anchicelatops instead. Even though, which makes sense because one Ceratopsian that they picked is like really real, like. Maybe we'll show it another time, but they picked an Anchicelatops, but this Anchicelatops, at least it was Dinosaur King that set it off. Also, Hela has a stick. Next up was Plasmosaurus with his one long, which, quick raptors go fast, pretty intense. You get the long attitude. And, well, this is where things get pretty tricky around the jungle, so like the violent. And the last battle that was in the jungle for round 1 was Carnotaurus versus Diplocephalus. It was a dramatic thing. We then get to a canyon arena where the first battle was Tyrannosaurus versus Stegosaurus. I recommend to keep a bit of a note for this type of battle. So when it gets delayed, you'll fight around. Next up, Pungwingosaurus versus Coryloposaurus. And I have to say, there was a joke about how big his Pungwingosaurus' legs are, but I have to admit, it's actually pretty cool. Next up ended up being a Apatosaurus versus Sarcopelta. So, that's a bit of an interesting matchup in the battle. And that ended up being a little bit sad for the Sarcopelta because in the end. And the last battle that was in Canyon with the Lambeosaurus versus this Nisosaurus was rounded things off right here. Next up was Elraptor vs. Minimum, the two small dinosaurs clashing each other in a cold iceberg area. But here's when things heat up once we get to Ankylosaurus versus Varion, because this is when the battles get way more intense in the fight. So like, if the first few are alright, this is where it gets good. And I do mean really good. We then later on proceed with Rondon versus Dilophosaurus, which I actually do have to admit, out of all the fights in round 1, this is actually the most fail fight out of all the battles. Or pieces too. Both of them like switching, doing counters on those in a very dramatic end. And this face off. Then we ended off cold iceberg arena with Dragosaurus versus Medusaceratops. Something in the intense. And then we get to the last 3 for round 1. We get to Pentaceratops versus Zangosaurus, which I have to admit, but I'm telling you, they get really good. Also, bro moment. Second last battle for round 1 was T-Rex versus Gastonia. Yeah, and I have to say, this one is, of course, pretty iconic. You know, this was the T-Rex's first battle. And the last fight was Giganotosaurus versus Centrosaurus, which ended off the battles with round 1. And here were the winners from round 1. Of course, I'm not gonna show every single battle in their full entirety until we get to the later ones, which then I think those are more fun since they get more epic and even better than this. But you may be wondering, well then, what else is it going to be for round 2 and stuff? But I can tell you one thing about round 2 and onwards. Oh, it gets better. And I'm definitely telling that for true for sure. The first battle of round 2 ended up being Triceratops versus Lambeosaurus. And I just gotta tell you, round 2 and onwards, things massively heat up. Because not only are 2 dinosaurs basically fighting to the death, there's also hazards in these fights onward. Next up being Spinosaurus versus Minimum. Yeah, the reason why there's a second one is because they wanted to get feel for the smallest Nodosaur to have a chance against Spinosaurus. Just a small chance. To see if we could take it on. Next up being Ankylosaurus versus Paleosaurolophus. This pretty cool, you know. And the final one of the swamp battlefield was Granlong versus Iguanodon. The Spike Pit Arena, we had Carnotaurus versus Medusaceratops. To start off with a spiky battlefield. We then later on got the first Ceratopsian battle between Pentaceratops versus Styracosaurus. And then we get to the most popular video out of this channel being T-Rex versus Pungwingosaurus. This kind of odd how this one's the most popular, but I can tell you a good assumption why is probably because most of this people probably, of course, the original Land Before Time. With the whole battle between the Apatosaurus and the Saurtooth. Well, yeah, it's probably because of that. That's probably my best assumption, because this even beats the final battle of how popular it was in views, which, I'm fine. In fact, this is probably the best T-Rex battle in my opinion as well. Oh. The last battle was Giganotosaurus vs. Sarcopelta. And here were the winners of round 2. I'm telling you though, that sequence though for the full battle that's pretty epic, I gotta say. Well, nonetheless, onwards to the quarterfinals. We start out with Triceratops vs. Carnotaurus. Of course, you gotta say that. The fun fact though is it turns out the OS track that they used is actually an instrumental version of a song. Yeah. Didn't expect to hear that, did you? Next up ended up being Spinosaurus vs. Pentaceratops. I gotta admit, this sequence is pretty cool with the two. And also, the only thing I have to say though is that there is not actually a sound effect when Pentaceratops attacks his Spinosaurus' spine. And I wish I had the sound effect, but I know one person who sort of fixed it, but yeah. The next battle ended up being Ankylosaurus vs. T-Rex. Now personally, when I saw this one, I didn't have a problem with who would have won this one, because if you want to know, they are my favorite dinosaurs for herbivores and carnivores respectively. So, I was fine with whoever won this battle. And the last battle between the quarterfinals was Iguanodon vs. Giganotosaurus. I have to admit, I would like to see Ninja Iguanodon to be in this game. Doesn't even have nonetheless, but yeah, Ninja Iguanodon. I want to see him in an initial battle. And here were the winners of the quarterfinals. But before we proceed to the semifinals and finals, the thing is that the ironic part is that before he decided to do it, because of how popular the series was, instead of because all the other battles go so far with one guy who requested the set amount of battles for the winners and stuff on Facebook, which was the history that you probably may never known. So when the series got popular, he made 4 videos of the contestants that could have won the final battle and become champion was Triceratops, T-Rex, Spinosaurus, and Giganotosaurus. So we had a vote poll that, already was finished, and this, if I remember correctly, it ended off in about, November 18th. And nonetheless, we get to the semi-finals and finals. With these ones, I'm gonna mostly just be quiet and sit back and enjoy the show while I show you these final epic dinosaur face-offs with these next few, which, while we're gonna have no sound effects, I'm gonna have OS tracks to make them pretty cool. So, yeah. And after, going around through semi-finals. Unfortunately, this makes the final battle T-Rex versus Spinosaurus, which, let's be honest, it's probably, in my opinion, it's worse so than Goku versus Superman, in my opinion. But even then, and I'm not saying it's gonna ruin. I mean, it's the only downside to a fight sometimes, but it's fine. I can deal with it. So this is the last fight from season 1, T-Rex versus Spinosaurus. So here we go. Oh, the final battle. And that was Dino Battle World Championship. If you want to know about the votes, well, here you go. Anyways, despite the flaw of the final battle, I recommend it because there's gonna be a season 2, and I need to tell you something. Oh, it's so good, and also really surprising, like, no, seriously, in my opinion, it's pretty cool. It's epic, and you're gonna be surprised about what other things it's gonna be pulled off with the stories. Oh, yeah, not to mention the special battles and stuff, like I mentioned. Like T-Rex's and Titanium Boa, Spinosaurus and Sergeant Stukas, and also a few others such as the T-Rex, Spinosaurus, and Dominus Rex battle. Yes, the Dominus Rex is a special model that the team made, and also a few other cool ones like Spinosaurus and Baryonyx versus Dominus Rex and Indoraptor. Plenty of other cool battles, and there's also a lot of spin-offs, like, no, seriously, so, yeah, the only downside is that unfortunately it takes some time, like months, just for some of these battles. So I do recommend it, and don't expect that this thing to be, remember what I'm saying. You can't rush art, and that's what definitely could do. Like, this is like an animation thing that I likely to take it as a video game. Now, to say it's a really cool series. So yeah, I would say I'll give this rating a 9 out of 10. It's that good for season 1, despite a few L's and the controversy in the last battle. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Dino Battle World Championship video game when? Make it happen.